GGRC.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of GGRC. I'm RC, and today we're going to be doing a quick save review for Qube 2. Now, this is a game that came out earlier in the year. I think it was around March or so, and I actually played through it earlier this year as well. I actually played through the whole thing from beginning to end, and for some reason I forgot to do checking out or review video on it. Now, I wanted to talk about this game before the year is up here because it's one of the releases that came out this year that I think is really good. For those of you who are looking for another Portal type game, Portal 2, the Qube series fits right in with that. And Qube 2, I feel like, is, you know, it may not be on the same level as Portal 2, but it's pretty damn close. Where Portal 2 sort of goes a more comedic route, this one goes a more hard sci-fi serious route. So if you're looking for a more serious version of Portal, this might be the way to go. Now, I played through the first Qube, you know, years ago when it came out, and I liked it, but it's really short. I think it's only like an hour or two long or something. I remember getting through it going like, that was good, but, you know, it's like a snack, you know, there's not much to it. But Qube 2 is it is a full game. There's a lot to it. We're actually cherry pick here a little bit and, you know, jump around a bit here. But the puzzles in this are challenging. They're fun. But as you can see, there are also 4 acts of them. There are a lot in this. And the final puzzle that you get into here, the Abyss, is actually very challenging. I managed to solve it on my own without any kind of help or FAQ or anything like that. But there were a couple puzzles in this that actually had me so confused I wasn't sure what to do. The other thing, too, is that if you played through the first Qube and thought that there was, you were disappointed with it because there wasn't any story, they've actually added a story to this. Now, it's, again, very hard sci-fi, like sort of hard to decipher. You got to think about it to kind of make your own, you know, come to your own conclusion as to what's happening type of story, but it's actually really cool. We're going to jump into the very beginning here. We're going to jump into the ropes, just, you know, literally show you the ropes of it. I'm going to leave out the story stuff as much as I can because I'd rather you guys be a little bit more surprised by it and kind of just show you what the puzzles, you know, what's contained in the puzzles in this game here. So here we go, Chapter 2, The Ropes. So you have to bear with me. I have not played this since, you know, I last played this back in March or April or May, whenever that was. So you can see there, you're going to get these buttons here that you use your gloves. These magical gloves actually control different things in the environment. This just so happens to move an elevator up and down. This is very simple stuff that you're doing here. But you're going through all these really scary looking cubed areas. You feel like you definitely feel like you're the whole test chamber type of situation like you are with Portal. So it definitely gives off that feeling of Portal when you're playing it. All right, what do we want to do here? So with the mouse, you can actually switch colors, and the colors do different things. So, I mean, if you pick blue here, that will do something different than, say, an orange one does here. So you can see the orange one extrudes. The blue one makes it so that way if you create a block, which you could do later in the game, or if a block is around, it will actually bounce off of things. So, for example, we can put a blue one here, jump on it, it'll bounce us up to the orange, and then we can activate that switch to put us over here. Now we can jump up to the door. Again, like I said, this is very early in the game. This stuff is very easy to accomplish. It's the stuff you do hard that gets, you know, further into the game that gets really difficult. So it looks like we're going to be kind of doing the same thing here. So we want to do one orange there. That's the other thing too, is you can only do one of each color at the same time. You can't do 2 blues. You can only do one. So you gotta make sure to line it up exactly where you want it to go. There we are there. And now at this point, we gotta use up our blue and bounce over here.
Millie, can you hear me?
Emma, reading you loud and clear.
How are you doing?
Making progress, I think.
Good. Listen, I wanted to ask, what do you remember before waking up?
I don't. Not really. I think I was heading towards a job, a dig site in Scotland. I was in a helicopter with my team.
And you don't remember what happened?
No, I don't. Are you interrogating me, Emma? Because it sure as hell feels like it. Emma? Oh, God damn damn it, this stupid thing. I best continue.
So that's your character there. Emma is a mysterious character you talk to throughout the game. And your whereabouts and how Emma is involved with everything that's going on in your life at the moment in this crazy place. It's all very, very mysterious. There we go, bounce over there. That did not quite get us to where we need to be, though, did it? However, check this out. We jump up there, this will raise us up. Okay. Now we can bounce over to it. So this first area, it's like comfort food. That's what it feels like. It feels like comfort food because it's just lots of fun. You're just moving all kinds of, you know, walls and bricks and stuff like that all over the place. Here we go. Let's go ahead and activate that one. Jump over here. And there you go. That's another puzzle done. And I apologize by making these look easy. Like I said, I played through the game already. But again, it's chapter 2. This stuff is not super, super difficult. But if you are into the Portal series at all, and I've already said this at the beginning, I mean, these puzzles are going to get harder, but they're so much fun to try and figure out. Because there were puzzles where I would be playing this game later at night before work the next day, and I'd have to just stop because I was trying to keep myself from touching any kind of FAQ or whatever, trying to figure out how to solve these puzzles, right? And when I was doing it,
another type.
Oh, here we go. Oh, another type, as she said. So now we could do, or we will be able to do greens here in a second, which you'll figure out what they do. So what I would do is I would end up stopping a puzzle, you know, at like 10 p.m. at night or whatever, and then go do what I got to do, get ready for the next day. And I'd come back the next day and I'd be like, oh, and I'd solve it, you know? But there were a couple that were so difficult. There was one that it took me a few nights to try and figure out. I could not figure it out. And that's when I had to look at the FAQ. So there you go. The green one is actually going to create a block.
Interesting. It's like the structure itself can duplicate and grow.
So you're going to get to the point here where you're going to be able to bounce these things off of the blue thing like so. And eventually you'll get the power to switch to green as well. So you'll be controlling all 3 color blocks and making those do all kinds of different things in this crazy world. Let's see here. So I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to put the orange one back. And this will pop us up over here. Pretty cool, right? There you go. I think that is a very good look at the early part of the game. Let's actually go back to main menu here. Let's go just a little further in the game so you guys get an idea of what is in store. I don't want to go too far ahead because there's a lot of cool stuff that happens later on in the game that I really don't want to spoil for you. Let's just jump over to Act 2, the machine here. This will give you a cool idea of like the non-linear approach that they have to the puzzle solving in this game. It's actually quite cool. You'll come into a room and you'll have this gigantic machine. This happens a few times in the game, and it'll lead over to like 4 or 5 puzzles, maybe 6. I forget the actual numbers, but I think this one is just, well, we'll find out when we get in here. As we drop down, woo! Here we are. But all these big wires will be connected to different puzzles that you get to go solve.
A large chamber. Can you tell me how far I am from the beacon?
Your altitude shows that you're about halfway there.
There's a strange machine in here. I'm going to investigate it, see if it can help me find my way around this place.
So you got this strange thing.
I can't decipher this, Emma. The language is like nothing I've ever seen. There are some things I can make out in illustration. Like, it seems to be a physical transportation machine, an elevator or monorail that ascends. It's hard to understand. It's connected to the 3 doorways by these large cables. I wonder if it's something that can be powered, taking us towards the beacon.
I wonder. So, as you can see... Oh,
I have
they
no
keep
idea.
interrupting me.
But whatever it was, it seems to have turned this machine on, and it's opened one of the doors.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to follow this cable and find out what this machine does.
Be careful, Millie.
So every room has a cable leading to it, as you can see here. You're going to see that once you solve every puzzle, every cable will light up and start powering this machine over here, which will then in turn power this elevator to take you up to the next chapter where there's even more puzzles to take care of. This game has this very, very interesting and weird, like I said, sci-fi approach to you being in this really strange land being tested with all of these different puzzles and whatnot. Like I said, you have no idea why you're here. You just kind of show up in the midst of darkness, you know, sand being blasted at you from all angles, and you find yourself in this really strange building with all these bricks all over the place. And that's really all you know. You start making contact, you know, with Emma. You're trying to contact the people you actually know that are on your crew, but for some odd reason you can't. So now we're actually trying to find our way out of this weird purgatory, or so it feels.
I can. The signal's a lot better now.
Good. I found what these cables are connected to. It looks like a power reactor.
Do you think you can power it? Is it safe?
I don't know if it's safe for sure, but it certainly does something. There are 4 doorways connected to it via cables. One of them seems accessible. The door behind me is also locked, so it doesn't seem like I have much choice.
Okay. Follow the cable through the open door and see if there's a power source connected to it or a way to open these other rooms.
Got it.
In we go. Is this just where we came through? This is taking us back, isn't it? It's taking us back to where we were. Here we go. I see daylight. Or is it? That's the big question, isn't it?
It looks like these cables lead through to more rooms. I'm gonna follow them, see if they connect to anything that can help power that central machine.
Good idea. Let me know if you find anything useful.
Fair enough. Okay. I actually really like these daylight puzzles where they have the light shining in and everything. It really just reminds me, like Mirror's Edge has this kind of feel to it too, where it's like, you know, it's very bland and very, I don't know what word you want to use with it. It's almost sterile. But when the daylight shines in or whatever, it almost has this feel of like, you know, a time you'll never get back to or whatever. It's very strange, a very strange look and feel. But I definitely like it. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get up here. So we have all of the colors now, but of course we don't really need to do anything special there. And then the green, drop there, activate that switch, be able to pop up over here. And we activate the blue switch. Whenever you activate the blue switches, you can see the, you know, weird current or whatever this is flowing through it, and you can move on to the next area. Not very difficult to get some of those working, but as you get further and further in, they will get more and more difficult. They start working elements and stuff, and rolling balls and that kind of stuff into the puzzles as well. So while you may be watching me play this and while I'm early in the game thinking, okay, you know, this is all just simple like puzzle box, you know, make boxes, do this type of stuff. At times it is. Other times you are trying to catch things on fire to make a ball roll through a hole to activate a switch and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a, you know, Rube Goldberg thing going on with some of it too. All right, we have got to... That does not reach. What does this one do? Okay, so that will move over there. So what we want to do is activate a green one for that. I'll wait for this to get over there. Boop. And then all we gotta do is switch that green. That will eliminate the block from the switch, and then we can jump over to the next area. But like I said, I don't really want to show off a lot of that Rube Goldberg fireball stuff just because that's where a lot of the story twists sort of happen, and I feel like if I show that off, then that is not going to be something you guys will want to see in case you want to play this. So You can see there, you know, stacking blocks is going to be something you do a lot in this game too. If you can't reach a certain area. So look at the sunlight pouring in here. Just gives me such an odd, creepy, but like also like relaxing feeling. It's a weird thing. This here too. Like almost like you'd be stuck in here for days trying to figure this out, but it doesn't matter because there's sunlight coming in. It's a very strange thing. All right, so we have a blue switch to hit over there. So that's going to make stairs for that. Then we have this. And that's going to make a platform to go over there. So what we need to do is create that. And behind it, we push the green block over. That will make it so we can go over here and at least push this. So there's that set of stairs there. Ah, but that green one won't exactly fit there, will it? So here's another option. Yeah, but that won't exactly work, will it? So I'm going to solve this one for you guys here. You drop it there, it stops it, boom, right on the switch. Up we go. Again, early in the game, these are not the difficult ones. I feel like a lot of these early ones are sort of like tutorials just to kind of show you how the game works and what you could do in these certain situations, you know? Because as the game gets further on, it does get pretty difficult.
I wonder what it does.
All right. Woo! Wind tunnel. So this will be pretty fun. You could do this kind of stuff too. And it'll propel you up with the same acceleration that you had, which is, it's a good time. Always fun floating around like that, right? Let's hit this jump here. Man, I'm playing this right now, like, I'm forgetting how much I actually like this game. This is definitely in my must-play of 2018 list. So definitely into it. All right. This one is also going to be a little bit easier than you might think as well. We raise that up, and then we just want to jump over. You know, stay behind here as well as you can. Don't let those fans blow you off. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time getting over to this platform. So currently, Steam has their holiday sale going on. If you're watching this just after Christmas when the video goes up, it is one of those games that I, as I said, I consider it a must-play. I think is something that you should definitely check out. Actually, I think there's another way to do this one. There we go. We want to do this. Walk over here. But yeah, I consider this a must-play for anybody who's a puzzle fan, Portal fan, and just has a lot of fun going through these, you know, long test chambers of different crazy puzzles and whatnot. Like I said, I've had an absolute ball with this game back when I played it earlier this year. I'm really glad I came back to it to do a video on it because the team who worked on this definitely deserves this because they did such a great job putting it all together and everything. All right, so now we jump on this. And we're up. That's going to bring that over here. So this one's kind of a timing one. You bring it over there, and you got to time the green brick to drop out of it. There we go. Oh, I didn't time it correctly, though. Got to run over to the elevator first. But like I said, the Steam sale's going on. You're definitely going to want to jump over to that and get it on the discount if you can, because it is well worth it. They also have a season pass going on for the DLC in this game. There's DLC that was just recently released for it, I think a couple months ago, called Lost Orbit. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but that might be high on my list to check out here shortly, now that I'm returning to this, realizing how much I like it. Let's see. What do we gotta do here? Okay, so that runs the fan, and this is gonna move the wall so we can actually make it over there. So we've got to bounce up the fan while it's running, which I can handle. But how do we get a green? So this is the other thing you guys got to keep in mind too, is that when you get a green brick, like say for example we make it, we bounce it over, you can't actually move this stuff. You can't pick it up, you can't move it. Wherever it lands, that's where it stays. So you got to figure out where, how, you know, exactly how to get it where you need to put it without touching it. That is the hard part. So let's see if we can figure this one out. That's going to be our fan. So really it needs to drop on the wall here. Either one would work. Actually, it needs to get over to this one so the fan is always running, because I can run to that and then bounce into where the fan's at, I guess. Okay. What is another way to get that over? I remember doing a lot of this during the game too. Like, you'll have the orange one out and you'll have the green one out, and then you'll keep going back and forth with the orange one to try and just... There you go. Just have it fall off like that. Whoa, I almost had it bounce on the switch accidentally. That would have been cool. This one I am not sure how to... I do not remember how this one works. Yep, we just got to make it over there. There's nothing special on this side. So we know that we got to make this blue, hit the fan, and that'll blow us over to the other side. So we know that at least. Yeah, look at this. We can actually get up here. Not sure that that really helps us, though. Okay. If that blast over there just stays there. I'm a little bit at a loss here, believe it or not. I know it's early in the game, but man, I'm not sure what to do here. There's got to be something I could do. Oh, I might know what to do, maybe. Because you could do these little things too. So you activate the green one. Or no, because if I take that over with that, that won't matter. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, because you could put like a blue one underneath the green one and then, you know, launch it up if you wanted to, but that won't really work. Like, I know I got to do that to blow myself over them. But here you go. I mean, this is a good example of like how tricky some of these puzzles can get even early on. Okay, that just falls there. That's not helpful. So that just goes there. Also not helpful. That starts the fan. Where will that go? Nowhere good. See, we cannot move this thing at all. All right, well, guys, I'm at a loss on this one. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to come back to it later and see if I could figure this one out. But regardless, like I said, this is the kind of difficulty you're gonna get from certain puzzles. I'm sure this is one of those things where, like, you know, probably 2 minutes after I finish this video, I'll come back to it and go like, oh, right, that's what I got to do. And it'll make more sense. But the game is great. I love it. Like I said, there are several chapters to play through, 4 chapters in all. Definitely worth your time if you're into puzzle games, because it just gets better and better as you go. The aesthetics of the levels change and everything as you keep going too. And there's DLC coming out for it too. So there you go, everybody. GG. That's Qube 2. I'll see you all next time.
GRC.